Namaste, friends, and I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about Venus in the 10th house. The 10th house is called the Karma Bhava. Karma can mean many things, but to be specific, in Vedic astrology, karma simply means action. Action means people loosely put it, the 10th house is the house of fame, status, and profession, career, which is true. However, the way I look at it over the years or on my research, I think how do you approach life? What sort of capacity do you have when it comes to actions? And also, how do you deal with stress, right? Not so much of adversities, but more like how do you cope with the success? Of course, success comes with a price. So how do you cope with that? We see in the 10th house, which is also again relating to karma. Karma is actions, right? So kriya is internal actions, karma is external actions. So that is what generally the 10th house is. Okay, now the when you have Venus or Shukra Bhagavan in the 10th house, it makes a person very first of all, no matter what this person do, okay, the person may be an actor, maybe an accountant or something, they are always known in their fields. They are always famous, not so much on what they know, but so much on who they are. Their charms, their personality, their methods of communicating to people. They're very amiable. They're very affable, and people just love them. You see, sometimes it has been, even in wherever you are in the world, if you're working or if you're in school or you're retired, doesn't matter where you are in life, there's always this person whom that is known for their they're famous, not because they know the stuff, but they are famous because the way they are, their personality is. Okay, let me give you an example. Say you have two politicians going for a seat, and one is highly accredited, does a lot of things, and the other one is not so much, but the other person has a way to touch the people, the way he can connect, quote unquote, connect to people, or maybe by his charms, or how he portrays his abilities, and so on and so forth. So that makes the person more famous, regardless of how they are. In this case, when you have Venus in 10th house, that's what you are known. Your fame and status will increase, because not so much on how you know your job, or how intelligent or smart, or how skillful you are in your job, but as a person you'll be seen as a very amiable and more like a presenter in your fields. So that's something that I see if you have Venus in the 10th house. Now, people who have this, they make great artists, because the way they they're very dramatic, they're very expressive about themselves. So if you have Venus in the 10th, if you're doing any other work, it's also always good to try the following jobs. You can be an artist, you can be in the fashion world, you can be a great PR, public relations, you can do those beauticians, jewelry, work in an art museum or something like that, right? Something to do with art, something to do with beauty, fashion, drama, movies, and all that will be very. You'll be blessed. You are blessed by God in these fields of studies. But if you're doing something else, I would strongly suggest that you try something as a temporary or part time or something. Give it a shot. You never know. The job that I just mentioned would be definitely an advantage for you, because that's how you are, your personality. And if you do something besides this, let's say you're an IT programmer where you can't express yourself something. It's all about coding and stuff. So it's not to say it's bad, but you just can't make use of your advantage. Okay, your advantage is more expression, more sociable personality, more artistic personality. All right. Okay. See, when you do your job, and when you reach certain age, when you reach uh, the state of wisdom, when you realize that this is what you're going to do, that is almost all my clients. I've seen this pattern. When they reach certain time in their life, they'll do whatever they like in their life. Okay, they choose the job that they really love. Normally how it works is the hobby that they have, they'll convert it into a something that can, which would generate some income or revenue. Okay, so chances are, you once you reach certain age, when you realize, when you have the wisdom inside, you will normally do business, or start a income based on your hobbies, and that will go into great heights. Okay, the people that I know, for example, one guy whom I knew loves investing. Okay, but he is a teacher. So what he did was he quit his job after some time. He got some money. So what he did was he started to invest in gold. He bought gold and he did some investments in it, and now he's doing really great. So that's just an example of my clients. But what I'm saying is that propensity is there for you. All right, so you can, whatever you can be, even a guitarist, you can start a class, or you can open up your own band, or anything like that. Start a business or profession or a career when it comes to your own hobbies, and that will be the best for you. Okay, because you really excel in that. All right. um, and I can also see that you normally work well with people. Okay, if you work alone, that's something you may not excel as how you want it to be. You'll be a little bit behind. So your personality is, you must connect to people. The more you connect to people, the more you will grow. Okay, and you are a person who don't like cheap publicities. Okay, you don't want people to come and tell you, hey, you've done a great job. You never wait for those things. You don't anticipate people to come and pat on your shoulder and say that, hey, you've done a great job. No, you are not the kind of person. You don't want cheap publicities or credits and stuff like that. You do it because you are passionate about your job. That is why you do it. And when you have that right business, as I mentioned, anything to do with art, beauty, fashion, or anything to do with arts, music, drama, acting, anything like that, you will really prosper. Okay, because you do not anticipate people to come and tell you. You will do it with with full happiness. Okay, you won't look at time, you won't look at how long you're doing it, nothing like that, how much money you're making. You won't see all that. You'll just put 150% and get the job done, because you're very happy, because it's what you like, that's what you're passionate about. All right. uh, I can also see that if you have the Venus in 10th house, your fame and your status will increase naturally. All right, because the 10th and the 11th house are called Upachaya houses. Upachaya houses are, so the 3, 10 and 11, the 3rd house, the 10th house and the 11th house are the Upachaya houses. Upachaya means these houses are graced by gods. Okay, they are under the guardians of the gods. Okay, so the devas or the gods would uh, would see that of course you have to pay your karma, your karmic debt supersedes this, but then after some time, Upachaya means it will grow for the betterment after some time. Normally in your midlife, normally when you're 40s, or 38 and 40, normally 38, from my research I noticed, 38 you'll notice the transition when you're 35. Okay, so 35 you'll see some changes in your life. Suddenly things start to pick up for good and all that. 38 onwards, you'll be very apparent to you that good fortune has come to you. So bear in mind, the 3rd, the 10th, and 11th are the Upachaya houses. The houses will get better in time. You'll grow for the betterment from time to time. Normally 35 onwards, you will see an exponential speed there. Sometimes you feel like the floodgates are open, and suddenly you feel that gush of fortune coming to you. All right. So 3, 10, 11. These are the Upachaya houses. I can also see that in the 10th house you have Venus. Your relationship, okay, especially with your mother and your spouse, will be very, very connected. Okay, you are very loving towards your mom and also your spouse if you have Venus in the 10th. Of course, we have to look for other information, other details, other data in order for us to properly gauge relationship. But on a very strong but general view, if you have Venus in the 10th house, your relationship with your mom and with your spouse will be very strong. Okay, that's a little bit about what I think what Venus in 10th house will do to you. I hope it has been beneficial. Till the next time, thank you. Namaste.